Carlos Sainz will be partnering Charles Leclerc at Ferrari this year. The partnership, although young, is expected to be at the forefront of Ferrari's quest for glory. Charles Leclerc, the youngster, just in his fourth season, has become the face of the most prestigious team in Formula One, while Sainz, coming on the back of two impressive seasons with McLaren, will be looking to help Ferrari get back to winning ways. Ferrari will be the fourth team for Carlos Sainz in his short but eventful career. He started his career with Toro Rosso alongside Max Verstappen and would see Verstappen get promoted to the famed Red Bull seat while he was stuck with Toro Rosso in the midfield. Ever since he left the Red Bull stable, he has driven for teams like Renault and McLaren. Driving for Ferrari is a dream come true for any driver. But if we look closely and analyze, Sainz's Ferrari dream is destined to turn into a nightmare. But let me make a few things pretty clear. Carlos Sainz is a pretty good driver. He's consistent, he's fast, and he did a good job with McLaren in the last two seasons as he helped them reach P3 in the standings. But when you look at the driver he is getting teamed up with, you can guess what the outcome is going to be when both of them drive the same car. Charles Leclerc, just like Max Verstappen, is an elite level talent. In just his fourth year in Formula One, Leclerc is ranked amongst the best drivers on the grid. He's not only fast, but he's also hungry, ambitious, and he's got ridiculous levels of mental fortitude. These are the qualities that usually don't just define champions. These are the qualities that define multiple world champions and legends of the sport. When you talk about a Fernando Alonso or a Lewis Hamilton in their youth, you talk about these qualities at a very early stage of their career. Teaming up with Leclerc in a team that committed to him long term in just his second year in Formula One is going to be a huge challenge for Carlos. Moreover, Ferrari is notoriously known as a one-driver team. The whole team is molded around one driver, while the second driver is present only as a supporting cast. Even in the past, Felipe Massa, Kimi Raikkonen, and Rubens Barrichello are just some of the drivers that have played this role. Now Carlos Sainz, a driver with ambitions of becoming a world champion with Ferrari one day, is going up against one of the best drivers on the grid, who has the complete team molded around him. If you have to pick his chances of beating Leclerc in a Ferrari, then they aren't that bright. Carlos Sainz is a highly rated driver up and down the grid. His stint at McLaren did propel him in the eyes of many, and his success was one of the reasons why Ferrari opted for him. But at the same time, we have to realize that Carlos Sainz as a teammate has only beaten Daniel Kvyat and Lando Norris in Formula One, while comprehensively losing to Max Verstappen and Nico Hülkenberg. Daniel Kvyat is not on the grid anymore, and Lando Norris is still too young to be judged in Formula One. On the other hand, Max Verstappen and Nico Hülkenberg are both respectable barometers to measure a driver's capability, and Carlos Sainz has not fared well against either of them. Sainz did well in his 2 years at McLaren, but it would be safe to assume that he did well in a good car with Lando Norris as his teammate. Will it be plausible to suggest that a Nico Hülkenberg or a Max Verstappen might have done better than him at McLaren? It's not unlikely. And that's where things get pear-shaped for Carlos. At Ferrari, once you are a designated second driver in the team, it's a tricky road ahead of you. The whole team galvanizes towards the lead driver, and any opportunity or any extra resource tends to get allocated to him. If Ferrari can turn things around and does eventually become a title challenger, then it would not be Sainz who would receive the team's support. It would be Charles Leclerc. It's no secret that the whole grid, especially Ferrari and Mercedes, are keeping a keen eye on the progress of Mick Schumacher. It is still debatable how good Schumacher is. Although he has won both the F3 and F2 championships on his way to Formula 1, the jury is still out on how good he will be. The early indications, he deserves to be in Formula 1. How good is he? It will take a couple of years to make that judgment. The thing is, if Schumacher is any good, he would be fast-tracked to a Ferrari seat sooner than later because of the number of eyeballs he brings to the team. A Schumacher name driving for Ferrari once again would be good for the team and the sport as well. And the driver who would eventually face the short end of the stick would be the team's second driver. Sainz is on a 2-year contract with Ferrari, while Schumacher has a 2-year contract with Haas. Once Schumacher matures enough for the Ferrari seat, he would surely be considered and will, in all likelihood, capture the seat. Carlos Sainz is one of the more likable personalities in Formula 1. However, Ferrari as a destination has ruined the careers of multiple drivers in the past by allocating them the role of the second driver in the team. Sadly, looking at the situation and looking at the task in front of him, I feel Sainz might be in for a short and bumpy ride at Ferrari. So these were my views regarding Carlos Sainz driving for Ferrari. What do you guys think? How will he fare against Leclerc? And what does the future hold for Carlos Sainz? Do let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching.